Good evening, greetings, and salutations. This is Passionate Bliss telling you about my walk through the YouTube streets again. Okay, I was out walking through the YouTube streets and I saw some dirty laundry hanging out. It had been put out there by T.I. yet again. Okay, T.I. made the announcement that his daughter's hymen was intact. He is aware of this because he goes to her gynecologist appointments with her yearly and demands the information and is given it. Okay, um, on a certain level, I agree with him, but on the biggest level, I don't agree with him. Okay, that is because I understand intent. Intent does matter in different scenarios. I believe that his going to the gynecologist with his daughter every year, making sure that her hymen was intact, was an attempt to protect her. I believe it was an attempt to keep her from thotting it up like a lot of these other celebrity daughters are doing out here. Some of them have terrible reputations, and he did not want that for his child. So he wanted to implant it in her mind that every year your daddy's going to the doctor with you and he's going to find out what you're doing if your hymen is intact. So I better keep it under wraps. So I feel like that was his intent, to plant that seed in her mind that I can't do this because there'll be repercussions. My daddy will know. And so I agree with that intent. There's certain ones, Steve Harvey's daughter, other daughters. Who is it? Evelyn Lozada's daughter. Some of them have reputations that are not so good. Whether they're true or not, we don't know. But some of these celebrity daughters have horrible reputations. And so I understand his intent, that he did not want his daughter to do that. And he wanted, himself to be a barrier. He wanted to give her an excuse to be a good girl, okay? And so I can see his intent in that. However, I don't agree with it. I would not have allowed my child's father to do it. He wouldn't want to do it, but we're very protective of our girls. We don't want them on the pole. We don't want them thotting it up in the street. He was trying to protect her. That's why he did that. So his intent with that, going with her, was too far, but that was his intent. And it's not like he was looking alongside the doctor, so I can let him pass. I can give him a pass on doing it because of his intent. Okay, but now that she's 18, it's inappropriate. She's a grown woman now. Her hymen is her business and not yours any longer. Okay, so his intentions were good. I believe that. Okay, so I can give him a pass on that. However, his intentions on telling it and announcing it was as clear a statement about his personality as just about any other statement about his dealings with women have been. That he is self-absorbed, self-centered, he's selfish, and he is self-serving, and he is a narcissistic person, okay? And he displays narcissistic behavior. He does not care about the consequences. All he cares about is himself and what it means to him. His intent in announcing that his daughter's hymen was intact to the world, okay, was to show how good of a father he was. He wanted to take credit for her virginity. He wanted to take credit for her moral behavior. He wanted to take credit for his own involvement as a father and how far and how deep he will go to make sure his children are safe. He just wanted to take credit because he is self-absorbed. He is self-centered. He is narcissistic. That's the only reason he announced it, so that he would look great and he could take credit, okay? But in the process, as usual for T.I., he didn't give one thought to how his daughter was going to feel. I imagine that her mouth was hanging wide open when she saw this information in the media. Okay? I can't imagine her shock and her embarrassment when that information came out. He didn't give two thoughts about it because he's too self-absorbed. He just was interested in how good it was going to make him look, okay? So, as far as her privacy and all that, I believe, children don't have privacy. You ain't got no privacy in my house, okay? But so that's why I'm not beating him up too bad about doing it, or invading her privacy. Yeah, you got privacy when you grown and you gone. How about that? You don't sleep with no doors closed around here. So that part of it, I'm not beating him up about. His announcing it is what I'm beating him up about. He doing too much. He does too much. Since he's a rapper, maybe he'll understand. When I was, younger and I really enjoyed rap, there was a song out called "You Talk Too Much." Homeboy, you never shut up. You talk too much. Do you remember that song? Those of my age remember that song. You talk too much. T.I. is a man that is always running his mouth. I don't know who appointed him as any type of, community leader for black people, for the rap industry, for anything else. But this man talks too much. And he has now spoken so much till he has humiliated and embarrassed his child in public. Down south we call it talking under people's clothes. Don't talk under my clothes. Not only has he talked under his daughter's dress, he has talked inside her body. You talk too much. T.I., sit down and be silent. I wish he was a Muslim so somebody could silence him. He does too much. He does too much. You talk too much. No man should be talking like that. Men that talk too much, it's a problem. It's a problem. This is what happens when you got a man that's talking too much. Sit down, T.I., and shut up. Okay? And hopefully the little girl will, put her foot down, and next year she won't let you come. Because you got no business knowing after 18 now. So I'm sorry for that embarrassment, Deja. This year, you liberate yourself. And T.I., sit down and shut up. And none of the women that is in T.I.'s life are going to say anything to him. Because those are women that he picks. That's why he can't vote for a woman president. Because all the women he know allow him to do these things. Okay? So with that being said, y'all have sweet dreams and wait to find them all real. And hopefully, Deja, you'll wake up and forget about this. T.I., shut up. I bet you talk in your sleep, T.I., don't you?